or down? Which one shall we do? Should probably take my hair down because it looks cuter when it's down sometimes. Let me see if it looks cute. IG is telling people that we're on. My hair does weird things. Black FX65, hi, welcome back. How's it going? What's going on in your neck of the woods? You ready to come back and talk about makeup with us? You always show up, but you're really quiet, so I don't know anything about you. But welcome anyhow, and welcome back. I am makeup free and freshly washed, which is why I'm a little rosy. Also, this lighting on my phone is just a little bit rosier anyhow, so that's the way it is on YouTube. I look pasty and washed out. What can you do? Tonight, we're going to be talking about things because I like to talk about things. My nails are not black, they're green, but they look black on the screen. Ooh, that rhymed. I'm like a rapper. So once a month, our church does an open mic because our pastor's a hip hop artist. And we do open mic. And I'm like, I should get up there one of these days and do the 4-bar challenge. They do at the end. Let me grab my water here. There's not much left. Rainbow reminded me I need water. But I'm not a good rapper. I'm not a good freestyle artist. So if anybody has any advice for me on how I can improve my flow, I know it's just a matter of listening to a lot of hip hop and practicing a lot and just doing it, and also getting the dictionary out and just or rhyming dictionary and just finding all the words that match. I don't know. This LYS lip balm. What is this called? It's almost gone. Speak Love Glossy Lip Treatment Oil. I have to keep taking my glasses off every time I want to read something, and especially for my new prescription because the cat, I don't know if the cat sat there first or if the dog sat there first, but the cat's like mad at the dog because she's like, move. So the dog had to move over because the cat's like, meow. Even though she wants the dog to be there with her. She gives mixed signals to the dog. She like goes and chases after the dog to play with her, and then she hisses at her. Rainbow, are you gonna break that because you're mad at mommy? Rainbow, that's not yours. That's for the kitty. She likes to break things when I'm doing videos because she gets jealous. Anyway, so I'll give a couple minutes and we'll just chit chat here and see what's going on. But I have actually the blinds open because now that the time has changed and now that I'm not home super late, I stayed home today. I was supposed to be doing some teaching and I would have gotten home like closer to 8. And I think a lot of people will be looking for me around that time. But, I decided to, whatever. We can start a little bit early. Normally I would have lessons, but I messaged the parent of my students and I was like, yeah, so the roads are kind of like ice. Well, they're not ice. They weren't ice earlier, but then the temperature was going to drop around this time. And I don't know what the temperature is. Let me see. I don't know if I can find that. Can I find that on here? There's like things I can do. There's like effects, and I don't know how to do the effects. I need to figure out about the live, the things I can do, because I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So basically, the temperature is dropping to just at freezing, and so then the roads are going to be icy. So I was like, I don't want to drive in that because I don't know when. You never know when it's just you're gonna hit a sheet of ice. So Prisco Hernandez, hi, how are you doing? Welcome back to our party. We're just getting started here, and I am earlier than I normally am because I got a full face and I've got 2 palettes to talk about, and I've got a whole basket to change out here. And I think I just effectively switched everything over, but I haven't completed. I don't know why this thing is sitting here. This is perfume. I brought this to the Dominican Republic last time we went. This is the, what one is this? I can't even think of names anymore. And I can't see anything either. This is the Calvin Klein. What is it? I don't know. I don't see the name. Oh, here it is. Reveal. So this is like a nice kind of salty, beachy. I don't know. It's sweet, but it's a little bit funky smelling. Funky, like, I don't know, industrial, modern. I don't know what it is. It's got that salty scent to it. If you like that, that's kind of nice. This is just a little 30 ml that I have. I've had it forever. I brought it down. I think I brought this down to Haiti with me when I moved there, and then we brought it to the Dominican Republic, and then brought it here, and then brought it back to the Dominican Republic when we went for vacation. So that was my scent memory there. But I need to use it up. I'm trying to use up some of the ones that aren't as, I don't know. I'm just trying to get through my perfume collection because I've got so many. But at some point, I'd like to get the rest of my collection from Haiti if it's still even usable. I don't know. I had a dream that I went back to Haiti. They're having protests right now. Apparently in Okai, which is in the south, they stole an airplane from the airport and they were like pushing it through the streets. I don't know what the purpose was of that, but they just stole like a little airplane, like a little Cessna sort of airplane. Maybe it was a jet. I couldn't really tell because it was in the trees and stuff like that. My husband was showing me the videos of it and stuff, and I was like, okay, well, protest, you just steal an airplane and push it down the streets. I mean, what are you gonna do with an airplane? They don't know how to fly an airplane. I mean, maybe they do. Maybe, YouTube can teach you a lot of stuff. It's amazing. Oh, now Kitty and Puppy are gonna run around because Mom's on the video. So, all right. So we're just gonna jump in and get going because I'm tired. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't even know what's going on with me. So I wake up in the morning, I feel good. I'm getting up at a decent hour now because I'm going to bed at a decent hour. I have alarm set. So this is one of the things I was thinking about today. When you want to change or you want to set a life habit, you just need to nudge it. There's that book that, what's his name? I can't think of his name, but he wrote the book Nudge. And I haven't read the book, but I've heard people talk about it. And the understanding is that it's just, things just move a little bit at a time. It doesn't take like somebody to have a big movement to make change, but it takes a lot of people just kind of nudging things. And even with your own life, you can just nudge things forward. So if you want change, you just nudge it forward. You just make a little bit of change in a little area. I should have wet that thing, but I didn't. Maybe I'll throw it in this water that I was drinking. They don't have water to drink. Maybe I'll grab some water while people are coming in. But yeah, as I'm gonna keep talking and get up and walk away and fill up my water, but I'm gonna still be talking. And Rainbow and Katie are running back and forth here too. So, but if you want to make change, the way you make change is just a little bit at a time. You do your little bit of thing, and it doesn't take much. So the way that I teach my students, for example, if you want to learn an instrument, all you need to do is sit down and do it. And so I tell them we actually don't use time at all as our measurement of successful practice. We use repetitions, the number of repetitions. And so I give them an exercise to do, or for example, a song to play. And I say, play through this song 5 times. That's your practice for the day. Once you're finished, you finish. That takes 5 minutes. But that's the whole point, is that that's the only required practice you have to do. But you have to do that, because if I can set like that minimum goal like that, they will make progress by the time they come back in. Now, of course, I have some students who would do a lot more than 5 times. And I also have people who want to sit down and do like 2 hours, and then they get burnt out and they don't want to do it anymore. But you can't do that. It has to be daily. So like I was telling my students in Haiti with English, when I had English class with them, it was the same sort of thing. You have to do it every day. And I don't care if you do, well, I told them 20 minutes. And 20 minutes is a pretty good amount of time for language study. But like, for example, so I have several languages that I have been studying. Some I've been studying for quite a while. And some I just, fairly recently started studying and whatnot. And in order to make progress in those languages, you just have to do it. And so there's 3 apps that I use for languages. This is not a language study discussion, but it is now, because that's what we're talking about. And it's my channel, dang it. But I have 3 apps that I use that are just kind of easy, like no pressure sort of ways to continue to build it. And you will build your languages if you do it consistency. So I use Drops. There's some issues with Drops. I don't love it that much, but it is a nice little vocabulary thing. And they do have some interesting vocabulary, like for Spanish, which is my most advanced language. Well, Spanish and Creole, but probably Spanish is more. it has a lot of vocabulary in there that's yeah, you wouldn't normally have. And they'll use like certain things. Like for example, when the pandemic came along, there were some topics with that. And then they have like seasonal and holidays and things like that. So things that are happening in the world, they tried to address that, which I think is pretty cool. Because then they're using some terms that you wouldn't necessarily think about learning. They have some that are um like the women's period. They have a whole topic of that, which is interesting because that's not vocabulary that they're going to teach you in a Spanish class, generally speaking. Like, I have PMS cramps, and things like that. Stuff that you might have to say to a doctor or whatnot if you're traveling or living there or whatnot. So yeah, it's really that's an interesting one. And then of course Duolingo. Duolingo is it's a good app. I know people go back and forth, but most of those people are haters who just want to they just want to be negative because they want to believe that somehow they're superior. They're not. Um, Duolingo is a perfectly legit way to learn a language. It has worked for many people. It is not going to make you completely uh, proficient in a language, but it's gonna get you to a pretty decent spot. So, I have a whole bunch of dirty brushes here. I need to wash all of my brushes, really. Just saying. But I don't know what to do. Anyway, so yeah, and then the other one that I use is Closemaster, and Closemaster is basically just taking actual real life phrases and then filling in the blank with certain words. And that again is just a really good way to kind of get the language in your ear, learn new vocabulary, reinforce vocabulary you might already know. And so I go through my languages. I have 6 languages right now that I'm actively learning, and I'm all different at all different levels. But I don't actually work with each of them every day. Kitty, do not jump up there. Psst. She's looking at the counter like she wants to jump up. Trisaya. I don't know how to say your name, but welcome. I like the kitty in your profile picture. I like black kitties. My friend at church, she wants to get a black cat, and so I want to find her a black kitten. She said her dad said no, so I said I'll just find a black kitten and I'll bring it and I'll be like happy birthday or something like that. Because kitties are so cute. How could you not want a kitty in your life? My husband is still mad that I got a cat. Trisha. Okay, Trisha. Okay. There's just a lot of extra words when people put their names out there. So I may have asked you that before. Did I ask you that before? Because usually if I can't say people's names, I'm like, how do I say your name? And then I ask people multiple times and they're like, are you really dumb? No, it's because, there's a lot of people that hop in here. I mean, not that many. I'm not that well known yet, but there's people that hop in here. So anyway, we're talking about how to make changes in your life. And you just need to do a little bit, just literally a little bit. So right now, the changes that I'm making are I have set an alarm for myself when I need to take my I always forget what the stuff is called, so I have to look at it. Melatonin. I only take 5 milligrams. I have a friend who also has PCOS. She also has insomnia because that's part of PCOS because we don't produce melatonin. Trisha, do you have PCOS? Because I know a lot of people that watch me do, but not everybody. Anyway, I just take 5 milligrams. She was taking 10 and she said, it wasn't working and it was actually keeping her awake or something like that. And I said, no. Start at the minimum, start at 3 and then 5, or just start at 5 and go that route. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing is I'm setting an alarm, trying to make myself go to sleep. So at 10 o'clock, I take it. And then between 10:30 and 11, I'm trying to sleep. I failed last night. I stayed up because I was waiting for my hubby. It happens. It's hard when he works nights, and I miss him, and I want to sleep when he's here, and that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm just restless when he's not here. I know that's so sweet and romantic, right? We have such a good relationship these days. It's funny because back in the day, like I didn't know how we would ever survive a marriage because we're so different. But it's been a pretty amazing thing how we've grown together. So yay us. I'm going to talk to you guys really quickly about the palettes that I used. The one I'm using right now, nothing on my eyes now because I washed it because we're doing a full face tonight. But this one I used and I did 3. Look, this is the Subculture from ABH. I got this one at TJ Maxx, I want to say, for $20. maybe on clearance. They have they've been having what's the other one? Riviera, I think is the one. That's kind of cute, but I just thought I like this color story because it's unlike anything I have. And so I did greens for the month of March. I'm so tired of greens right now. I'm really glad that we're on the last couple of days, or tomorrow's the last day of greens. Yes, I will not be wearing greens for a while. I love green, but it's just kind of a bit much. So anyway, this palette is really nice, and I like the fact that it's not so green. And it's funny because even though I say I don't like greens, I really kind of went for greens with this one. I don't know. Oh, thanks. You love my looks. Thank you. I just like putting stuff out there because I know there's a lot of 40-something-year-old women who still want to wear colorful makeup, or, or maybe they don't want to, maybe they're not brave enough to, but, it might inspire them to do something. We have hooded eyes, the super hooded eyes, or you wear glasses, any of the similarities with me. So I know there's people that don't need to look like the typical Instagram baddie who just want to play with makeup. And in the meantime, it's been very therapeutic for me. I've gotten better at applying makeup, and now people around me are like, "Oh, you should show me about makeup." And I'm like, that actually might be one of our things with our native girls when they come over, because our boys, like I said, our pastor, he's a rapper. He's a basketball player, went to university on a scholarship for basketball, and I mean all these kinds of things. So he's a guy's guy very much, and the girls just don't have a whole lot. And I'm like, maybe they'd be interested in something like makeup, because these girls, like teenage girls, especially inner city teenage girls, especially inner city teenage girls from the res and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's hard. It's a hard thing to really like connect, because they've been through a lot already. And so trying to reach them and figure out like how to develop a relationship with them and develop a friendship with them. And I thought, well, makeup might be one thing that we could do. I don't know. I have to think of what that would look like, because I don't know not like, hey guys, come on, we're gonna do makeovers, because they'll be like, eh. But I don't know. We'll figure something out. How would you, what are your suggestions? Trisha, what are your suggestions? What would you do with a group of teenage girls that many of them are, they come from very, very hard backgrounds. They're from the inner city in Minneapolis, on the reservation. So there's an inner city reservation. They're mostly native girls. So they have a little bit of a, cultural barrier with a lot of things. Anyhow, there's already some animosity with the idea of church, which is what we are. But again, the TJ has developed a pretty good relationship with many of the boys, and so sometimes the girls come in for the boys. So we get a big group of boys that come in. It's mostly teenage boys in our church. So the girls are much tougher though than the guys. So anyway, I'm always looking for suggestions. So subculture, this is a pretty palette. I really liked it. It's not that great. It didn't blow my mind. And the thing is, all of the colors kind of just mute out a little bit. The shimmers are pretty, but it's a little weird of a combination. I don't feel like there's continuity between these. This one is the lightest one, and it's kind of a duochrome. What do we call this? I can't think of the word. The one that has like, different. What's the word? Somebody give me the word. Iridescent. Yeah, iridescent. Pink, sort of, almost a highlighter sort of color. Then this one is the kind of a green duochromy sort of thing. And then this one is like a bronzy color. And in themselves, they're all really nice shimmers, but I don't feel like they really. And I think that's maybe the point, is that they're not supposed to necessarily be a theme, just to have a really soft connection between them, because I feel like most of the colors in here, they just kind of have a soft connection. You have a couple of greens. You've got these two yellows are a little bit similar, but you've got the one plummy purple, you've got this blue, and then you've got like, some pinks and then neutrals and stuff. So I think it's a nice palette. It's just, it doesn't sing to me, doesn't freak me out, like, oh my goodness, I need that. That's the best thing ever. But try to have something that they can do together, like a challenge. Yeah, you know what? What do girls like? I mean, it's not only what do girls like, because my nieces, who are, some of them are the same age, some of them are a lot older. Some of them have daughters that are the same age. I have nieces that have teenage daughters or almost adult daughters. My goodness. But I think that my oldest great niece is 18 now. I think so. But yeah, what kind of challenge would you do? I don't know. I don't know. Another thing that I'm really interested in I'm going to talk to our council, and this could be iffy. We'll see, but we're literally a couple blocks from the George Floyd memorial where he died, and that whole area. So it's a very volatile area. Miss Charlie's here. So we have a couple of walls, and we have some places outside that they're like, well, what are we going to do here? I would love to bring in some graffiti artists that can actually do a workshop with our kids and have them design some murals to paint along there that are that represent who we are as a church, as a congregation, as an outreach, and which is tricky because there's actually 5 different churches that meet there, but we're fairly well connected, but also our community as a whole. And so I think that would be a really interesting project. And I know there's a lot of artistic people, and a lot of times people who are artists, they really have a hard time connecting, but when you have an activity like that, they really dig in. So just looking at different options. Miss Charlie, how's it going? Trisha and I are just talking about stuff. We just looked at the subculture from ABH. I think you said you weren't impressed with that one, I think. The one I'm using right now, and tomorrow is my last day. I have random hairs irritating me. By the way, this t-shirt dress is from Walmart. I got the biggest size. I got the 3X because I wanted it super comfy and also a little bit longer. I don't know if that was a mistake, but I actually just put a ponytail holder in the inside of the back, so it's bunched together, but that gives it a little bit of shape. Otherwise, it's just tent, but it's super comfortable. I have worn this with a belt and then put it a jean jacket over it and stuff and wore that to church. And then there's some other ways. I might do some posts in styling certain things, certain simple things. Especially from Walmart, how to make fashion from Walmart. I'm not as much into fashion as I used to be. I was never that much into fashion, but I was more into full body pictures and stuff like that. I just don't have the space to do it here. And yeah, I kind of have lost my inspiration a little bit to go out and take pictures. So that's how they can identify with the church. Yeah, well, you know what? And not only that, but that's how that we can identify with them. So I think that's an important thing is we need to identify with them. I have told people this. I have been telling people this in the church. The reason that the church is losing momentum in the United States and in the developed world is because the church is ceasing to answer people's questions. People have questions, and they come to the church or to Christians with their questions, and we go, and we either don't give them an answer or we give them something super righteous and out there, that they can't really hold on to. So they just go elsewhere. It just makes sense. Baruni Zohair, hi, welcome. How are you? Welcome to the party. We're going to look at this little elf guy. So this is the jalapeno quad. It's a cute palette. You're only going to get so many looks from this. These are really similar in their undertones. This is definitely gold and this one's definitely green, but there's not that big of a difference. And then with either one of these mats, there's not a ton you can do, but today I did actually pull this one out for the first time. Miss Charlie says she's trying to finish doing her left hand. Doing my left hand working as usual. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Subculture is cute, but not that cute. I like the fact that it's different than most of the other palettes, especially green palettes that I have. So that's what I like it for. But yeah, it's not that special. It's cute, but not that special. Anyway, so this little guy, which is called Under the Sea. I knew that. It's I didn't even know. Oh, doing your nails. Okay. I'll show you my nails in a minute. It's a really pretty minty green. I did this a little bit on the inner corner, and then I did this green here on the lid today. So yeah, there's only so many looks. I'm tired of green. I'm so happy that tomorrow's my last green day. And then I'm moving away from green because I'm tired of it. I love green. Green is my second favorite color, but I find that with palettes green looks tend to be the same, where purple, I feel like there's more diversity, because I feel like purple can go very blue, purple can go very pink, purple can go very grungy and deep, it can go very bright and pastel, it can go electric. I mean, there's so many different, and you can with green too, but I don't feel like the palettes are doing that. I feel like most of the green palettes are just wanting to do like this sort of thing, a really nice bright green shimmer, which I love, and then a couple of, green mattes that are kind of mid-tone, whatever. So I just don't feel like, I don't know. I guess I just feel like greens are, they're just getting old. Am I correct or am I wrong? I could be wrong. I told you I'd tell you about my nails. These nails, so in my, they're not, it's not very prettily done. They're not like you when you do yours, Miss Charlie. I'm not that person. I am not as good of a nail person, a nail doer as you. But I did say last month in my basket I was putting nail polish, and I finally used this one just yesterday, today. Um, the growth from the damage when I did gels in the Dominican Republic is just almost grown out, not quite, but just like 2 millimeters away from the end, basically. So, it's a nice dark, almost looks black, sort of simple color, and it's green, so whatever. Never get tired of green shadow. Yeah, you know what? It's the same with me and purple, or like pinks and purple. And it's funny because pinks, I say, oh, I don't really want any pink, more pink shadows. But every time I use them, I love the look. It's just based on how you look in it. So green is like more, it kind of tends to pull the same way every time with me. And I love it, but I just feel like I want something else right now. So this was the other one that I put in there. And I've used this one a couple times too. Both of these, I think, were from either Ipsy or Boxy's. Yeah. Anyway, I'll do one more look with this tomorrow. I'm catching up on all my posts because, because of IG putting me in timeout. You know how that goes. And I did put up looks from the Huda green palette, emerald palette, I think it was. So we're going to switch out this basket for newbies. And I feel like I've got a whole basket, but then I feel like it's not as much stuff as is in here. So we're going to see. And I'm going to tell you what I think of all the goodies in here as I put it on my face. And we're going to go through these two palettes. This one, and speaking of green, this one, but I'm going to do a little bit less green. I'm going to make it more earthy sort of thing. And we're going to put those on my face. What else are we going to do? Oh, I got some other stuff to talk to you about too. I have not really gotten anything in the mail. I do have my... What is it? It's going to come to me. It's right there on the verge. Lethal. Oh my goodness. I wanted to call it like mortal or something like that because I knew it was something about life and death. I have that order coming. Oh, let me kick everything back towards me. So that should be here, I think, next week, maybe next Wednesday. We'll see. And then I'll probably use that for the two looks on Wednesday if I get it in time. Who knows with delivery? I have to go out to FedEx. I can't think of anything today. It's like I'm drunk and or high, and I'm not either one of those things. Oh boy. Oh, Kitty's in her little bed back there. She's so cute. So yeah, I have to go to FedEx to get a Walmart. It's just like supplements and stuff that I like, replacements and stuff that I ordered. And I didn't want to drive tonight because it's snowy and gross outside. This is what it looks like. I'll turn so you guys can see. Ignore the keyboard that's right there because that's just sitting there. But that's what it looks like outside. You see the icy and snowy and all that whiteness. I'm so tired of winter. Ronnie Bland is here. Hi, Ronnie Bland. How are you, Ronnie Bland? I have gotten these guys. Do you guys like Bodycology? I like this brand a lot. Laura Clark Makeup is with us. Hi, Laura Clark Makeup. I love your rosy cheeks. They're so cute. You look like a little fairy. It's adorable. So yeah, Bodycology. I just actually emptied one, which I'll show you guys when I show you my empties. Maybe next week. Who knows? And this is the Bodycology Strawberry Cheesecake Body Cream. This smells so good. I just smelled this and said, yep, that needs to be mine. My husband and I both use these in the winter time, which it still is apparently now. And we're really dry. Like, he was like, I have this bloody nose and he can't stop, won't stop bleeding and all that kind of stuff. It's just, the dry weather. It's just, ugh. And then your whole body just wants to crack. It's disgusting. Almost 80 here today. Why are you trying to make me feel bad? Tomorrow we'll be in the 40s. All right. See, serves you right. Serves you right. Okay, you have it worse. Our snow melted. I don't use Bodycology, just Nivea. Yeah, I like the smells. I'm a smelly sort of person. I know that didn't come out right, but that's okay. This is whipped vanilla. It just does a really nice neutral vanilla. I just like how they smell. I like the texture of them. I think they're really nice. And then this one is sweet apple cider. I've been meaning to get this one. I think this one is great for getting into the spring and whatnot. Even though apple is totally a fall scent, but the smell of apples is nice and fresh and green and whatnot. So, yeah. So I've got a couple that we're getting to the end of, so I'm replacing them with these. So I picked those up. And then I went to Walmart another time. Maybe it was the same trip. I don't know. And I picked up a couple clothing items that you guys might be interested in. I spent more than I normally do because I'm usually such a cheap person. But I got these jeans. I am so hard to fit because I'm I'm not the 2022, but I'm definitely not the 24, 26 because they put like 4 sizes, because they'd go every other size. And so I'm like a 23 or something dumb like that. And they don't offer that. It's really stupid. And then, of course, junior sizes, those aren't even the same thing. But me and my big gut, whatever. So these are from Terra and Sky. And they are 22W Petite. And they fit pretty well. I've got such a big, belly. So they're kind of cute. But they're just this, just this kind of simple wash. They were $20. They're okay. Blooming Beauty. Hi, Blooming Beauty. How's it going? I am so glad to see you here tonight. I'm just looking at some of the stuff I picked up at Walmart because it was cute. Anyway, and then, the reason I got those is because I saw this. And I'm like, this needs to come home with me. And then I almost didn't get it. I was almost like, next time. But you know what, Walmart, if you see it, you better pick it up in the clothing because it will not be there next time. And then other things will just be there for like months and months and months, and they can never sell them out until they go on clearance. This is Time and True. And this is, I got the biggest one on here, I think. Oh, I cannot see anything. This is 2X. No, I didn't get the biggest one. So this is a 2X, 20, 22, whatever. And it's this cute, super long, gauzy black shirt with long sleeves. Oh, I tried it on and I didn't put the sleeves back out. The sleeves are kind of this just little, open and simple. You can't really see through it. I mean, you can see it through it this way, but once you put it on the body, you really can't. And then it's like a wraparound, and it's basically a dress length, but I feel like the slit might be a little scary. So that's why I got the jeans, because I was like, I can wear the jeans underneath. Plus, it would be a nice transition from the cooler weather into the warmer weather. And then I was like, well, what shoes am I going to wear? See, this is what gets us in trouble at Walmart. So I picked these up. Aren't these kind of cute? So I have wide feet. Usually I wear the W's, but these are not wide. Instead, I just go a size up. So instead of an 8, they're 9. And they're Time and True. They're cute. Sarsaparillas. Espadrilles, but they're sarsaparillas. I know I'm playing with the names of them. Anyway, it's kind of cute. I'll dress it up and see what it looks like. If you guys are interested in having me like take something like this t-shirt dress that I also got from Walmart and do pictures of how I would style it, let me know. I'm happy to do that because I do have definitely a lot of different ideas. That's all the stuff that I bought this week. Not a whole lot. Oh, and I made an order. I told you guys when I got my Zenny glasses, by the way, these are Wear Light. These are one of the pairs that I got 2 of them of. It's green on the top, purple on the bottom. Ain't that cute? They're also very dirty. Whatever. These are the old prescription though. And yeah, so I had this pair that I really, 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 really wanted from Zenny. They were not available when I put in my last order. And Zenny sent me a notification and said, these are now available. And I said, yes, I'm going to get them. And of course, then I bought 3 more pairs. So I have 4 more pairs of glasses coming because who doesn't need 5 bajillion pairs of glasses in their life? I don't know. What eye look should I do, guys? I feel like I want to do something very different. I think maybe I'm going to go really minty and mint and brown. Maybe. I need to get some sandals for my son's graduation in May. Hey, check out Walmart. They're $20. They're cute. I mean, they're comfortable. Or don't. Check out whoever you want to check out. But I like Walmart. I usually look at Walmart first for most things. And then if I don't find what I need there, then I go out from there. But yeah, anyway. So what do you think? Mint, a minty sort of thing? Kind of staying in this area here, maybe? With some of the like browns and neutrals? Maybe? Trisha says mint and brown sounds good. Okay. Need the glasses too. Check Zenny. Do you buy online? These are Wear Light. Wear Light is not too bad. These ones are actually really wide though. You can kind of see how wide they are. So they fit a little bit loose and weird, but TJ Maxx is good too. Yeah, TJ Maxx is a good place, but it's kind of hit and miss there. I mean, it's hit and miss at Walmart too. Good, try both places because yeah, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I've talked about K&G, which we have here, and Burlington. That's kind of it. For me, that's kind of it. So, and then this palette, I'm thinking I'll just do like a blown out blue purple sort of thing. I don't know. Never did. I usually get my glasses from Costco. Try Zenny. You just need your PD. If you need one of those measures for your pupillary distance, I've literally got this many of them because Zenny thinks they need to send me that many of them. Despite the fact that your pupillary distance does not change, but it just measures your pupillary distance. You put it on your nose and then you try to look through it and you look and see, even though you can't see anything, you look and see where the middle of your pupil, the little, black round part is on each side. And then you add that together, basically. And then if it's uneven, you could indicate that too. Beauty inside us. Yeah, inside us 9 is with us. Hi, Beauty inside us. How are you? We're talking about getting glasses from Zenny, but we're also going to dig into these palettes. Which one should I do first? Green or blue and purple? I feel like I'm going to be most inspired by the green and purple. So let's start with this one. We're going to do let's see, should we do a full look of, yeah, because I think last time I used what was in my basket. So we're going to do the switch in the basket while we're using it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is actually a prime sort of thing or like a extra moisturizer. I've been doing this lately because of my age. And I mean, I've always had oily skin. I still have oily skin, but just in the winter months, I find that my skin likes a little bit more moisture. So I like to take something like this and just put it under the eyes. This month I've been using this spray in place of it. I got this from the Walmart box and I just decided to use this, which I've liked, but I have to wait for this to dry before I can put my primer on, which is a bad thing. But this one is from AOA Studio. This is a squalane. Yeah. Squalane balm. It's $1. It's a little bit on the emollient greasy side. So I feel like I have to kind of work it in a little bit and give it a chance to settle before I do too much. I did just wash my face with oil. I don't use any cleansers when I wash my face. And then I just put 4 drops of oil back on my face so it's not dry. But I didn't really want to have a bunch of extra stuff. Umberto J. Rosario is with us. Hi, welcome. So if I miss people here, you guys can all be like, hey, what's up? She can't see anything because she's blind without her glasses. All right, so now that I've got that on, I'm going to use a primer. I gotta get some of this stuff out of the way. The primer that I was using, actually, there's two primers in here, and they're both kind of almost empty, so it's kind of a shame that I'm retiring them before I empty them out. But next time I pull them, it'll be just to empty them out. So this one is a hydrating primer from Hard Candy. This came from a Walmart box, and it's a pretty decent, like, sticky kind of gel sticky primer. Almost empty because it's a teeny tiny. And then this was marshmallow primer from NYX. This was so hyped. I just got a little one. I don't see the hype. It smells good. That's about it. Yeah, people are like, "Oh my goodness, it's so great." I'm like, it's just a primer, guys. I don't get the hype. That's okay. I mean, if you get the hype, more power to you. The primer that I'm going to use is actually this one that I used last time, and I was kind of surprised. This is the AOA Studio Blurfection Face Primer. I used it when I did my full face of AOA Studio from my recent order, and I was like, "Oh, that's actually working." And so that's in my basket for the month. I keep putting my glasses on because I want to see if anybody is communicating, and I haven't seen anything. So basically, all I do with this is I just kind of go in. It is tinted. I just kind of go in, get a good amount with my finger, and then I kind of just dab it in. Tap, 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 tap. All over where my texture is, which I have a lot because I used to have cystic acne because of my PCOS before I discovered that oil is not the cause of acne. It's the solution. You need more oil. If you have acne, don't strip the oils. Don't get rid of oils, because that's exactly the reason why you have acne, is you don't have enough oils. Also, you can have acne because it's like there's inflammation. So the amount of toxins that are trying to come out of your pores are greater than the space that's opened up. And that's a different problem. And that's part of the problem with PCOS, is that we get a lot of inflammation. But you can actually see this stuff when you do this, just settling into the pores and kind of, I mean, it sounds terrible, but because I use oils, my pores don't clog like they used to. So just tap it in and then kind of smooth it out. And as you smooth it out, you'll see the stuff that remains, like, because it's not my skin tone. It's not exactly my skin tone. So I can actually see where it's settling into the little divots and whatnot. So I'm being generous because I feel like it. So that's the primer that will be going into my box, my basket. Next, we're going to get into the base product. A lot of the stuff here is AOA Studio because I just made an order with them. So, I have two base products from that are being retired. This is the Essence My Skin Perfector Tinted Primer, Instant Blur Effect Natural Matte Finish in Nude Beige. This color is a little bit off for me, but, hey, it happens this time of year. We're as pasty as we're going to be, basically, unless we've been on vacation, which I was, but then, I just kind of I shed a lot of color quickly because I used the oils, and the oils just kind of, they tend to do that. This stuff is really mattifying, and it's annoying because you can actually feel it dry. The finish is pretty, but you really have to use a sponge to make it work. And then I feel like having a really moisturized base underneath is essential to make it work. I don't really like it, but if you're super oily and you want to kind of, mattify, that might be okay. Trustique, this is their foundation stick in the color, I don't know. This one came from one of the, Polynesian Ivory. This came from one of these subscription boxes. I don't remember which one, but it's just a stick. And that's pretty good. It is more on the emollient, so they're definitely opposites. That's why I put both of them in, because I knew one was super dry and the other one was super emollient. But the one I'm using this month is the AOA Studio Vita Glow Tinted Moisturizer with vitamin C. So I'm not using anything super heavy at all. And so we're just going to pop this on the skin. Again, I used this last time and I really quite liked the finish of it. This is a $1 or $1.55 or whatever it is from AOA Studio base. I'll just kind of move it around. And we're going to pop in with my AOA Studio blender. This is the red one that I just recently got because the other one is still dirty. I like the other one better because it's got the little microfibers, and I feel like that just gives such kind of a cross between sponge and brush finish to it. But, you know, I have to do like a major clean on my brushes and everything else because it's been a minute. I like to have clean brushes. I know some people don't care, but I like to have clean brushes. So we'll put this all over in here. Oh, I have not zoomed in for y'all. I need to zoom in. And by zoom in, I mean grab this pile of books that my computer's sitting on and pull it towards me. Because that's all the technology we've got for zooming. Hi, Warmy. How are you, Warmy? Warmy's going to come and do makeup with me one of these days, and we're going to do a live together. Alexa. Hi, Alexa. How is it going? So we're doing a full face of the makeup I'm going to use for the month of April because that's coming up in what, like a day or two, something like that. April Fools. Ooh, I forgot April Fools. My husband doesn't know about April Fools. What should I do for him for April Fools? I can't tell him I'm pregnant because that's a very touchy subject for us, and I it's kind of a distasteful sort of thing anyhow. I mean, I'm not that sensitive, so, whatever. I mean, it can, at this point, I'm not that sensitive. Those things have happened enough in my life. I'm not going to be freaked out. Anyway, give me ideas. What should I do for April Fools for my husband? That doesn't entail me telling him that I'm pregnant. So this is the Light Ivory AOA Studio Top Secret Concealer. So it's just in this little pot. Pretty thick consistency. SWAT can 350 is with us. Hi, how's it going? So the concealer I used last month is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camel Concealer in Light Ivory. I do quite like this. It gives a really nice finish, and it doesn't leave a lot of excess cracking or anything like that. That's pretty good. Wormy, have you tried the e.l.f. stuff? Because I know you use some other concealers, but you've got to come over here one of these days and I'll let you try some of my stuff and then we can see what works for you. Give you options, woman. I like options, which is why I've got so much stuff. So when I put concealer on, I basically just put it in the corner of my eyes because that's where I get the blue tint, and then I kind of smush it underneath. The issue is, if it's lighter, I have some pores here because I do sweat quite a bit from the corners of my eyes. Weird, I know, right? But right underneath my eye. And so if it's lighter, sometimes it'll highlight and go around, and I kind of have to push it into those. So, okay, so that's the concealer that I will be using for the month of Avril. Okay, and then we are family. I got two powders in here. I'm not gonna do it yet, but I put two powders in here because one of them I know I don't like, but I'm gonna try to figure out a way to like it. We'll see, because I'm a diehard. Do I want another? No, I don't think I need another blush because I think there's two in here. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this bronzer. Whoops, I don't need you right now. You wanted to come out and play, but we don't need them. So this is the Iconic London bronzer. This is going in. The one that's coming out is the Maybelline City Bronzer. This is okay. I don't get a lot of bronze out of it, but it's just a really, really, really subtle kind of warming the face. That's about all you're going to get from that one. So that one's coming out. This one's going in. This is another one I got from a Boxy, or I think it was Boxy. I feel like I got a cat hair on my face. That's what happens when you get fur kids. You get cat hairs all over. So I do a couple of different kinds of bronzing, but lately I've just been using the big fluffy brush. I also have the fan brush that I kind of use to a little kind of more contour. And I like to put my face powder products on before my actual powder. And then after I put the majority, I put a little bit over my nose. Fluffy Girl Creations LLC is with this. Hi, Fluffy Girl. I like fluffy girls. I'm a fluffy girl. I mean, I don't like fluffy girls in that way because I don't roll that way. But, you know, fluffy girls are great girls. I mean, some are horrible because fluffy girls are just girls. This is a nice, simple, neutral-ish, not too warm, not too cool sort of bronzer. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I've used it a couple of other times. It's not a new one for me. Okay, so blushes. We've got the Ofra palette here. This is the Sitting Pretty palette. So I've got Pink Satin and Peachy Paradise. I guess this one's Peachy Paradise and that one's Pink Satin. It would look like according to the colors. So I'm going to pop. Now the lights, the thing, the sun, that's what it's called. That thing in the sky that shines, the sun, it's called in most cultures. Well, not in most cultures, English speaking cultures. It's gone down, so now the neighbors are probably looking in here going, what in the world is she doing? Nana's with us. Hi, Nana. How are you, gorgeous lady? I love your eye looks. I love your makeup looks. You're so sweet looking. You just look like a little angel. And I'm always like, she's my friend. I know her. Look how cute she is. So I'm going to go into the peach color because I just feel like that. And I've been putting my blush really kind of like right at my eye because I've been liking the kind of draped sort of thing. So going right into the eye look, and then pulling it up and then tapping just the little bit of excess over the nose, which doesn't give much. I'm good, except, you know, I came into this with a headache, but then once I start talking to you guys, I just feel energetic. But I still have a headache and I still have shoulder pain. Monday, I'm supposed to go back into the chiropractor and see what the heck is going on. I am Miss Charlie. I'm thinking about the reduction. I've talked to my husband about it a little bit. He's a little scared that I'm going to be boobless. I'm like, nah. Had to send him pictures and be like, this is what it would look like. I feel like I'm more bronzed on one side than the other. But that's okay. We're not about perfection here. We're just about chilling and having fun and talking. Yeah, so I might actually look into that because I feel like it's not only that, it's my bras are actually pulling and making more pain in my neck and shoulders, but I can't not wear a bra because then there's no support and then there's, so I feel like a reduction might actually just take care of a lot of that. I Miss Charlie's like, yeah, I told you. I don't know. Anyway, so just cut them off. No, I wouldn't cut them off. You know, I think I'd probably go with like a size D. I don't know. I'd talk to him and see. I'm gonna go actually tap into this. This is the AOA Studio Velour highlighter. I've had it for a while and I got it because I thought maybe it would be a cute inner corner highlight. It's not, because it creases really badly. I mean, it probably is on somebody else, not on me. So I'm using this as a highlighter like it's supposed to be used. And that's really cute. It's got like a little bit of a purple tone to it. It's not as squishy because it's just a little bit older and it's like the thing is broken off and everything. So, but you know, whatever. When I put my highlighter on, I'm going to put a little bit here. Ooh, that's really bright. When I put my highlighter on, I'm going to show you how with some powder highlighter. But look at that. That's really pretty. I'm digging that. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to use the, because I'm going to show you all these and I'm going to show you what I'm replacing them with. So I've got the Ofra palette. We've got the AOA Studio highlighter. And then I've got the, get off of there, the new Aspen highlight palette. So I'm going to just use this with a little bit because, you know, we just need more highlighter, right? I mean, it's night. Nobody cares. I'm going to go into Bunny Slope just because why not put purple on purple, right? And what I like to do, I'm very purple now, is I like to actually take the highlight and take this brush. This is an AOA Studio highlight brush. I've shown you guys this before. And just put it, start at the corner. That's really cute. Oh my goodness, that's really cute. Ooh, I like that. But I'm going to do a different color on the different eye because I'm going to have a different eye color. I like to do this before I put on my eyeshadow because I'm going to use the blue on the other side because I'm going to do like a blue-green look on this side. Because if I put it on before, I feel like it's just more natural. And I go all the way from the inner corner up because it just kind of highlights everything and whatnot. Makeup Des 83. Hi, how are you doing? The highlight palette. Yeah, this highlight palette is really cute. And I got it at TJ Maxx. Nana, if you have a TJ Maxx by you, check them out and see if they've got any of these BH palettes because they're really quite nice. So that palette will be part of the party for this month. So we'll be replacing those products with, drum roll please. Okay, so I have this blush palette. Let me get rid of that and that. So this blush palette is the complex culture. Yeah, I really like their products. So I have these two blushes in here. And then I also have this one from Milani that I also got from TJ Maxx. This one is in Spiced Rose. It's a little bit dark, but I really love that color. I think it was so cute. But these are more like a springy, rosy sort of color. So I thought that the combination was really nice. This is really pigmented, by the way. So those are being retired. I like them all. You can barely even see. This is how hard pressed it is. I used it a lot of times, and you can't even tell that I even touched it unless you look super close. So that's fun. This one, you can tell that I used it. You can see the wear on the rose. But it's super cute. So I'm very happy with those. The ones I showed you from Ofra will be replacing it. And then the two highlighters that are coming out and being replaced with the highlighter from Ofra plus the one from AOA Studio plus the whole palette from BH. Hey, I got carried away with highlighters, whatever. You have that Milani Rose? You have the same color? You have a different color? April Herndon? April is with us. Hi, April. How is it going? Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Because I don't know if it's like just two words or it's maybe Herndon. I don't know. Yeah, let me know which one of those rose ones you have because it's nice. It's really, really well pigmented, beautiful color and whatnot. This Fenty Beauty Hustler Baby Kilowatt Highlighter. This was really fun because I got the golden, but this is really definitely bright when I wanted to do a very yellowy with golden sort of thing, which worked really well with all the greens. This worked great. But when I didn't feel like doing that, then I went into the AOA Wonder highlighter. And this one is in Cloud. And this is just a very silvery sort of highlight. I don't know. Let's see if I can get the coat. It's funny because it's so intense on the face. There we go. It's so intense on the face, but you know, to swatch it is kind of a trick. But that's what it looks like. I got it. Yay! April, how's it going? What are you up to tonight besides watching people put makeup on? Omotai 27. I don't know how to say your name, but welcome anyhow. Because we accept everyone even if we can't say their name. It happens, you know. Well, you never know what people are using for their name on here. It could just be like, it's a lot of times it's, you know, like their first and last name with the initial. And then you're like, wait, does that middle initial go with the first name or the last name or neither? Yeah, you just don't know. And then sometimes they just put a bunch of words together. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. Okay, what am I looking at? So I have powders. Okay, 2 powders are going and 2 powders are coming in. The powders that are going, oh, Joseph. Hi, Joseph. How are you? So this one's going out. I tried it a couple of times. Water intermission. This is the corrective yellow from e.l.f. I got this free, a gift with purchase sort of thing. This is very yellow. And so you really kind of have to, I feel like you have to kind of put on a regular powder first and then kind of dust this or vice versa. Otherwise it can kind of get stuck in places and then it's kind of hard to dust it out and make it so it doesn't look as intense yellow. I probably have to play with it a little bit more to decide if I like it. / tolerate it because, and I'm all about that. I'm all about giving extra chances to products and stuff like that because why not? If you got them, you may as well try them. And if not, I'll pass them on to somebody it'll work better for. But I didn't use that much. I did use this one a lot. And by the way, I did just receive an email that said I get a $2 coupon off of any Fit Me product. What if that works at Walmart? Walmart is pretty much the cheapest place to buy cosmetics, even if you have like the memberships and points and stuff like that at Ulta. So the only thing I get at Ulta now basically are the things I can't get at Walmart. Also, Walgreens and CVS both have good like incentives. So if you use them, they're okay. Have I ever tried the LC powder? It is at Ulta, but it's been out of stock for a long time. I have not tried that one. I'm not that cool. I don't even know what that is. I haven't heard of it. So you'll have to tell me more about that. And should I try it? Is this something that I need in my life? I'm not a big powder person. I have my favorites, and then if one comes along, or if I'm trying to get like a full face of like a certain brand, usually drugstore brand, then I'll pick one up. Or if there's like a lot of hype, like I just grabbed one from Elf. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, this is the Fit Me, and this is in the color Pure Beige. Now I actually just used this today, and it really felt warm, like very toasty on my skin. It doesn't look like my skin tone in the pan, but it definitely looked like it darkened me up, and that was because I used it over primer with no other base. I used it just like a powder foundation. And it kind of does work nicely as a powder foundation. There's some coverage to it and whatnot, so it's good. I like it quite a bit, and it's good over a base, or it's good by itself. So that's good either way. I can't remember whose channel I saw it on, but I've been meaning to buy it. I don't use a ton of setting powders. Yeah, I basically set with my powder products, my blush and bronzer and whatnot, and then I put a little bit of powder in the T-zone, which is what we're going to do in a minute here. I'm actually going to use one of these. So this is a powder that I've used before. I do like it quite a bit. This is the ABH translucent powder, loose powder. Yeah, it came from the Lux, the Boxy Lux, whatever. When I was subscribed to that, I am not anymore. But they had the ABH takeover box, whatever. So that was that. It's a good powder, but the number 7 I think is just as good. I only have the number 7 in a pressed powder, but it does come in a loose powder as well. And then the Elf. So the Elf is actually a powder foundation. I didn't like this when I used it. That's what I'm making such a horrific face for. Let me see if I can grab my powder brush. So I'll just wipe that off on the towel on my leg to try to remove previous product from it. So this is in the color Light 205N for neutral. So I'm going to just tap a little bit of this and see what it does if I just kind of put it in the T-zone. Yeah, even here it feels like kind of like it's just kind of taking things apart. Maybe I need my light to be a little brighter. My lighting at night is always a trick. And then of course when I started, there was light outside. Now there's not. It's not so bad now because I have a base. When I used it the first time, it was as the base. But I do feel like it's emphasizing fine lines and texture. So it's kind of undoing the mattifying that we had before. I don't love it. This is a powder foundation. This is a setting powder here. So they're a little bit different. They'll do different things. But honestly, powder is powder, people. You use it however it works for you. I also like to use powder to kind of buff out when one side is more intense than the other. But I don't actually really care because this stuff will fade faster than everything else. But you see it buffed it out pretty quickly. So I'm going to keep using this, and I will report back to you at the end of April and let you know what I think of that one. That one's the newer one. I have already used this one, so I know I already like it. But if anything changes, I'll let you know about that too, because that's what I do. I'm actually going to close these blinds right here because I feel weird looking out there. So excuse my butt for a second. It wasn't actually my butt. It was just it was, but not like my bare butt or anything, because that would be embarrassing. Okay, tripping over boxes. I had a box sitting there that was holding my stuff that I wanted to show you guys, and now it's just sitting there randomly in my way. Okay, so now I don't feel like the neighbors are looking in going like, what is she doing? Like when it's light outside, they can't see it as much, but at night I'm like, I feel a little inconspicuous. Or conspicuous. Not inconspicuous, conspicuous. So I have been putting a palette in to my basket each month that I just kind of want to be using. And sometimes a palette that I wouldn't use on its own necessarily. This is the one I used. It's from AOA Studio. This is a nice little palette. I would absolutely put this in my project pan. Intermission. Are you gonna come back to me, video? Live video paused. Reconnecting, it says. Well, we're gonna just hang out here and drink some water while that message goes away. Hopefully. All right, you're back. Okay. So Instagram was like, what in the world? We're going to leave for a minute. Okay, so this is AOA Studio also. Eyeshadow quad. This is the Pawpaw. So I think this is $1.55 for this. And it is an Eden. It has two nice, decent shimmers. This is just a really nice inner corner highlight, which I used quite a bit this month. This one I used it today, and I used it kind of give a little bit of oomph to some of my looks, but not a lot. These two are just really decent bone colored mattes that you can use to blend out. And that's what I used it for. So I would be absolutely happy to throw this into my project pan, just to have a, sparkly sort of neutral and then a couple bone colored mattes. I already have that in this guy, in my Mad for Matte from e.l.f., which has, some pans and stuff like that. So that's in my project pan. I really need to get some of these darker shades panned. I haven't been using this as much as I should, so if I really focused on it, I'd get more pan. But, I don't like to incorporate too much outside when I'm testing a palette or when I'm doing my 3 looks, because I feel like that kind of distorts the idea you get. So if I do a lot, I try to show anyway. But this one I want to use just because I want to give it a little bit of use, and a little bit of press. This is the one that I showed that was from Pout and Shout. She's so amazingly cute. Look at this. This is the one of a kind palette with all the kitties on it. And it's a 9 Lives Mother Fluffer palette. It's adorable. And these ones are all like putty. I'm not crazy about that texture, but it could be fun for like a shimmer and whatnot. And then these ones are all kind of a neutrally. Some of them are more on the shimmery side, like the ones in the middle. They don't have a lot of substance to them. Her eyeshadow formula is way better now. This was kind of just one of those throw-ins. I was like, I need that because it's so cute. So I grabbed it, and this was a while ago. Now I've gotten another one from her that's way better in quality, so do not judge her quality on this. But I thought this would be just a really nice basic, kind of the same sort of thing when I just need to throw something in there or just blur something out. So I think I'm going to put this in as my palette to just use during the month to see, what it does for me, basically. Oh, just that. Okay. And then I have my one and done eye products. I'm going to actually put my glasses on for just a second because I need to see that I'm getting everything. I have a few of them in here. And I basically didn't use very many of them. I used this one today. I used this one once, I think. And I used each of these once, I think. I don't think I used this one at all. So this is the one from Ciate London, the shadow flip thing that I just haven't gotten into. My one and done, my eyeshadow singles and this kind of thing. I just don't get to them that much. They just don't thrill me. I get really excited to try them. I get excited when I do try them, but then I always want to try palettes. And then I don't do them. So what I need to do is try them when I'm using neutrals. When I'm using a neutral palette, then put those in. And I think that's what I'll do because I do have some neutrals coming up. So the one that I have coming up for this month is this one. I may add some other ones in there, but this is the one right now. This is the LC. I don't know what that stands for. Rose Quartz. This is a really pretty, simple liquid eyeshadow. It's got a nice shine to it, a really nice tone to it. So I think that one will be nice for the springtime. Chris DU is with us. Hi, Chris. How are you doing? We're looking at what I'm going to use for the month of April for my basket, and also we're putting it on my face. Okay, so those are the one and dones. I'm just going to finish going through this basket, and then we'll pull things out that I am going to use. I showed you the nail polishes that I used. The one is on my fingers. They're cute. I like them. They're fine. Nail polishes just don't last on me anyhow, but they're fun to do anyhow. And these are the ones I'm going to put in. They're all AOA Studio, and don't they look like a little Easter basket? Oh my goodness, so cute. So I figured I have to use all of them. It is Easter coming up, guys. So those are going to go into my basket for this month. Eyeshadow primers, which I'm going to put on my eyes in just a second. This is the Winky Lux Peeper Perfect. And this came out of my Ipsy. This came out of Ipsy this month. I say that as if I don't know, there are a lot of options. There weren't, because I only get Ipsy and Walmart. And I was like, no, it doesn't come from Walmart, because Walmart doesn't have this. They don't carry Winky Lux, at least not in store, I don't think. I'll put that on my eyes in a second. The one that is retiring is this one that is primed for the night from Moonlit. I did not know anything about this brand, but it came out of Boxy, I think, or maybe Ipsy. I don't know. Came out of one of those. It's okay. It does have a little bit of a gummy texture, like more sticky, and so I feel like it kind of holds it's a little bit harder to blend out, but eventually it will blend out okay. Jay Hayes Fashion is with us. Hi, Jay Hayes Fashion. How are you doing? Do you know anything about this primer? It's okay. It's a fine primer. I didn't have major problems with it or anything. I don't have a grudge against it. Just not my favorite. I mean, I like ones that kind of set a little bit. So I feel like I'm putting on a, smooth base. And then we've got eyebrows. It's a good thing I'm done with this one, because I need a sharpener, one of the fat sharpeners, and I don't have a fat sharpener. Hi, I'm good. Good. What are you up to tonight besides watching videos of people putting on makeup? This is the Lottie London. I think this came from Walmart. I think so. So this is the Arch Rival in brown. It's a two-ended thing with a spoolie on the other end. Nice thin. The problem with this is it's really warm tone. So it's kind of the wrong tone for me. But other than that, the performance is okay. I'm not hating it. I'll use it up because I'm that girl. And then I have the Essence Brow Wax Pen. Now, my issue with this is every time I use it, there'd be little brow hairs in here. And I'm like, where are those coming from? I'm pulling them out of my head. I don't want to be pulling little brow hairs out of my head. But I did use the whole point up, basically. So I need to get a big, fat sharpener. So I cannot do that. What I'm replacing it with then is the Beauty Bay Brush Up Brow Soap that I tried. I think last time I did a full face because I had just gotten it. So I will be using this. And along with that, I will be using the AOA Studio Slim Brow. This is much more my color. So I'm going to put those on my face in a little bit once we get to that step in my process. And then finally is the mascaras, the ones coming out, are Superhero It and Il Maquillage. The It is really fairly dry, and now I feel like I'm getting to the end of it because it's just this little sample one. Mini, I guess, not sample, but mini. Making things, playing with fashion. Yay! What kind of fashion are you playing with? I've been watching Project Runaway, and I'm just like, man, if I had ever taken the time to actually listen to my mom when she was teaching me to sew, I would maybe be good at it. But I don't have the patience. I like to see it, and I like to wear it, but like making it myself, I'm like, that's just not my forte. I'll make other things, but I just don't have the patience for that. So Angelica, hi Angelica, how are you? I love your glasses in your thing. Looks like it's a filter, but they're adorable. I love the big old glasses. They're so cute. So these, yeah, they're okay. This one does do a little bit of smudging, and they're okay. They're okay. I'm not crazy about either one of them. I've done some comparisons and whatnot that you can see. If you go through my thread and kind of look at the posts, you should be able to see some. I just posted comparison, not between those two, but between the ones in my Project Pan. The mascaras that are coming in, these are pretty much random. I pull one of the AOA because I needed to try this one. So this is the volume one. They have the volume, length, and curl. And I pulled the volume one. So we'll try this one, buildable, long wearing, thickening. I've done it a couple times. We'll see what's going on. Hey girl, hey. And then Totally Tubular from Half Caked. This one also came in some sort of a subscription box when I was discovering that I had so many mascaras, and I was like, what am I going to do with them? Oh, I know. I'll do comparisons. And then you guys were like, oh, cool. Teaching myself how to sew, it's definitely difficult. Yeah, sewing is a fun thing. My mom was a fantastic seamstress and very fast and very efficient. And yeah, she's just really good at it. And I just didn't get into it that much. So, but I love fashion, and I have ideas, so I could give somebody an idea and be like, could you make this for me? So yeah, not giving up. Hey, that's a good thing. Don't give up. But also, take a class. Go to like community education and see if they have a class in, like some basic classes. Because when you're in a group, it can really kind of help to build momentum and keep you from getting discouraged. And you have somebody giving you feedback. It's so much easier to do it that way. I know we're so used to like teaching ourselves now because YouTube. Anyway, yeah, so these two mascaras will go in there. I'm going to use one on each eye tonight once we get to that point. Okay, so these are the old ones. I'm going to put the new stuff into the basket so that it's out of the way so that I can move all of this stuff from the former basket out of the way. Oops, my goodness. That's old stuff. That's new stuff. I'm so confused. Ah. All right, so this is the powder that's going in for the month. That's the other powder that's going in for the month. Those are not going in. It just doesn't seem like there's as much stuff this month. I don't think there is. Putting in, I'm not going to put the stuff in that I'm going to use on my eyes because I don't forget to use it. Knowing me, I'll get done with this and be like, oh, I didn't use mascara. It makes such a difference on your eyes. Oh, by the way, I'm going to use this one too. This is the Uoma Cleopatra ink liner. I'll just go ahead and use that tonight too while we're at it so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let's give them something to talk about. A mystery to figure out. Let's give them something to talk about. How about makeup? Oh, by the way, my name's Priscilla and I like to talk about things. Let's give them something. I'm probably going to get like copyright tagged or whatever for that. So it happens. I sing. I just do. It's what I do, people. It's like literally my occupation. Part of my occupation. My occupation is so like my my skills, marketable skills are so eclectic and all over the place. Grace E. Connolly. Hi, Grace. I think I said that correctly. If I did not, you have my permission to reach through the interweb and smack me. No, don't do that. That would be way too Will Smith of you. You know what? It's funny, that whole thing. It's not funny. The whole thing with Will Smith, I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship in which my significant other was abusive, like Jada Smith is. I believe that Jada Smith is an abusive person and manipulates the love of her husband and the devotion of her husband so that she can be a little whore and go out and do what she wants. So whatever she's going through now, I'm sorry, Jada, but you're a little whore. I mean, I'm saying this because I went through it. Now, I don't know the specifics of it, but I do know how much that weighs on you. And I totally... Look, when you are in a relationship and literally that relationship, it's either do what they want you to do or you lose the relationship. Your identity become, and you choose the relationship. And also all of the things that they ask you to do. Your identity becomes so wrapped up in that. And so when that's attacked, it is such a painful thing. And all you can do is react. And so people are like, oh my goodness, it was so wrong of him. And he should turn the other cheek. He should be the bigger man, all this kind of stuff. Okay, yeah, maybe that might be the case. But on the other hand, he's going through some crap. And that itchy woman of his, I'm trying not to just use bad, naughty words. It's so funny how in this culture, in the American culture, we're like, oh my goodness, she used a bad word. I think it's so funny when people like write F and then a little asterisk CK. We know what you wrote. Why did you act like, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. I mean, I know now it's, because they don't want you to censor it out, whatever. But, I mean, it's just dumb. Like, why is that even, I mean, if people want to use that language, let them use that language. It doesn't hurt anybody to hear. It doesn't hurt a little kid. People are like, oh my goodness, my child heard that word. So the only reason they know it's a bad word is because you make a big deal out of it when they hear the word. Oh, I don't know. If you just are like, oh yeah, cool. Your kid says, what does that mean? Be like, oh, it's a medical term. I mean, it kind of is, It's a biological event. Oh, okay. And then they get bored with it. But you're like, and then they're like, ooh, I heard a word I'm not supposed to say. That means I'm going to repeat it ad nauseum. Okay, now let's look at this itty bitty little tiny bit of, man, I don't have any brushes in here. What do I have? These are the only brushes that are not dirty in my entire stash. And there's really nothing. There's a couple of little blending brushes. We're going to make it work, darn it. Make it work, like Tim Gunn says. Project Runway. You got to watch Project Runway. They're so fun. Do you watch Project Runway? Tell me you do. You were Jay Hayes. I don't know what you go by. Is it Jay? Is it? I don't know. Anyway, you should watch Project Runway if you don't. But watch. I'm sure you do. But watch them for inspiration. And they've got 20 seasons. You can go back and watch all the or 22 seasons now, maybe something like that. Okay, we're gonna start with green. Woohoo! Let's give them something to talk about. How about love? I think I'm gonna go into hero. And then a hero comes along. It's more green here than I want it to be, though. I want it to be more chocolatey. With the strength to carry on. Then you cast your fears aside. Okay. It's not supposed to be an opera. Whatever. I've just let forget who sings that song. I know who sings that song. Mariah Carey, that's who it is. Oh, I love that show. Yeah, it's so good. I love that show too. It's a good wholesome show. Even there's a lot of drama on there. It's funny. People get to be such divas, and you're just like you're sitting here like, and they're like, I am not a mean person, and then they're like totally talking crap about the next people, and you're like, yeah, you're a mean person. But I mean, it's a good show. You get past all the drama in it. It's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna actually. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I was gonna do my little. I don't think I'm gonna do that though. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I changed my mind. I changed my mind before I even made a decision. I'm gonna actually do brown on the outside, and then I'm gonna warm it up with mint on the outside, and then I'm gonna do mint on the lid. If that makes sense. I'm gonna use this fluffy ABH brush. That's a two-ended thing. I hate two-ended brushes. Does anybody else hate two-ended brushes? Because I do. Hero. I'm gonna actually tap into Hero, which is why I was singing that song in the first place. Oh my goodness. I have energy tonight all of a sudden, which is a problem because I'm not gonna want to go to sleep tonight. I slept a little bit later today, but I was just tired. Hubby and I were both tired. So, oh really, Rainbow? It was funny. She was dreaming today, and she was like, she was barking at somebody in her sleep. My husband, first time he heard that, because they don't have dogs in the house in Haiti. So he was like, is she sick? I was like, no, she's not sick. She's just dreaming. She's just chasing bunny and rabbits or squirrels or goats. Actually, at that time, it would have been goats because we lived in Haiti. That was her thing. I'd say, get the goat. She'd go run and chase the goat. Yeah, these brushes, two-ended brushes, are stupid. Plus, they're short. Like, I don't like that. Partly because I keep all my brushes in a cup, which is also why I don't like the two-ended thing. But they're short, so they um, disappear, and I can't see that I have them. So this is actually not too bad. It is more on the green side, but since I'm going to contrast it with mint, I don't mind it. I have yesterday, I think it was, yeah, yesterday I did a little like kind of liner sort of thing with, out here. When I don't make the shape up above, it's really weird on my eyes because my eyes are so hooded. And so it's like everything disappears. Like if I have this that just, like a little, like try to do a little winged sort of thing, it can look really weird on my eyes because of the shape of my eyes, and it just makes the whole top look that much fatter. So I like to bring this all the way up, so when my eye is completely open, you can still see a little bit of the darker color. I think I just dusted that right into my eyeball. Happens. I'm going to add a little bit of the warmer brown to this. I think I'm going to add this brick, no, not bricked, brick, or baked. Actually, baked looks like it's less warm, so I don't want to put too much warmth in there. But I just want to make this a little bit more chocolatey. I wish they had like a deep dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate brown for deepening in lieu of black. I mean, I like black too, but I like deep chocolate brown for that. So once I get the shape out here, so basically I just, make it so it's all above the crease, my actual, like where the lid would hit. And then I also make sure when my eye is open that you can still see all the way over into here. Because otherwise, it gives me a really weird shaped lid, which I don't mind, to play around with and stuff, but I don't want that to be the primary. I'm going to use a smaller brush like this. I don't even know if that's clean, but whatever. This is from Gauche. I don't know what it is. This was one of the ones I got from one of the subscription boxes. I'm going to go into Seahorse, which is the mintiest green in the palette. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to go over here on the edge and use this to kind of blend it out. Because I want... Hi, sweetie Linda. How's it going? What time is it now? Over in the European world. I know there's more than one time zone there. Americans, we're so ignorant. I was listening. So that was one of the things. So Michael Kors was saying on, because I've been like watching all of the Project Runway episodes, and he was like, there's no woman in this world who wants her butt to look big. That woman just does not exist. And I was like, you are so ethnocentric. Like, you have no idea that actually the majority of the world would like to have a badonkadonk. I mean, it's funny. Having an insomnia episode again. It's 3:40 in the night. Oh my goodness. Well, at least you can hang out with us. Maybe I can talk you to sleep, because I can be really boring sometimes. I am loving how this mint on the outside of this brown is just kind of making it glow. Am I wrong about that, or am I right? Because I'm probably right, because I think I'm right. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Look how cute that is. Okay, don't tell me it's not cute, because I know it is. You want to fight? We could fight. Just kidding, I wouldn't fight with you. You guys are too beautiful. But yeah, Tim Gunn was like, that woman does not exist. And I was like, oh my goodness, you're so narrow-minded. That was very off-putting. For somebody with a badonkadonk, but not only that, for somebody who has spent a considerable amount of time outside of the American culture, and in even more time out of American white culture. I mean, I've lived my entire adult life outside of white culture. So, other than very few exceptions. So, yeah, it's like hearing that, I was just like, what in the world, dude? Like, get out much? I mean, seriously, I know it's this little world inside beauty, but beauty, modeling, and even like the one guy, I don't remember who it was, but one guy, he was getting on there, he was like complaining about anybody that was not, he's like, I don't like breasts on women. They just get in the way of my fashion. I was like, dude, women have breasts. Like, I mean, women have breasts. Like, they might be little ones, but the majority, I mean, it's the gamut. It was just so dumb. Yeah, that's why ladies get their asses filled with. Exactly. I know. Women are literally paying to have bigger asses. Dude, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I said the A word. Oh my goodness. Linda, you and your European influence is so bad for me. That was a joke, by the way. That was, we were talking about how Americans are like so put off by words, and like Europeans are just like, yeah, we don't even really care. Europeans will say whatever. All right. So I wish there was a dark something to go in the outer corner. There's not. So I think what I'm going to do, Raquel Homestyles is with us. Hi, Raquel Homestyles. How are you doing? Homestyles, that makes me feel like you can sew. Do you want to give some sewing advice here? Because we're talking about that. Ass is a donkey. Exactly. An ass is a donkey. I mean, it's used in the Bible, so it's okay, right? Oh, no, you don't be sorry. It was a joke because we were talking about that. I am not offended at it. I mean, I said it too, so clearly. Yeah. I'm going to use one of my somewhat not clean brushes that I wiped off, and hopefully it won't have any residual anything. This one looks pretty clean. This is actually a BH brush. So I'm going to tap into the darkest green shimmer I can find here. And I think I'm going to put it on a brush, maybe. I do know with this formula that my regular technique of using a tacky base is not good with this shimmer formula. So just saying. All right, so I'm going to tap into Wit, which is in the top left corner. I'm not going to pick up the whole thing because, this is a big palette. And I'm just going to I'm using this little profusion from their, whatever that collection was that they had. I don't know. Mean Girls. I don't know. What was this collection? Anyway, I'm using this to kind of just go into the lid, but I want it to look pretty satiny. I don't want a ton of shimmer here in this part. I'm just using this to blend in to that brown chocolatey sort of color. So I'm okay with it turning a little muddy because I want it deep. They have some cute palettes. She Glam. I actually have one I'm going to be using from She Glam for my April palette lineup. It's a really cute color story, but I don't know how the colors are going to be. Have you tried them to see the quality? Because I kind of feel like I hear mixed ideas on the quality. Okay, I'm liking that. I feel like that is chocolatey enough. It's also probably the lighting, but it is green, but it's not that green. So I did a purple and green look today. How is the quality? I don't know the quality because I haven't picked it up yet. I mean, I have picked it up, but I haven't gotten into it yet. So, all right, I'm going to go into this with a setting spray, which I will use this AOA Studio One. Why? Because it's sitting there. That's why. It was chosen simply based on proximity. And I'm going to go into Pixie, which is the most minty of the colors, because we're doing mint and chocolate. We're trying to do a chocolate mint look. Whether or not we succeed, time will tell. I'm not putting this on with my finger because of where it is. And I want to be a little more precise here, but I do know that these go on better with finger. I'll change to finger for the lid, but this inner corner part is just hard to get in there with. I also have some eye boogerage happening, or something stuck to my eyelash. I don't know if that's what it is, but it's something that looks like eye boogerage. So we're just basically going to pull this back over the top of what we did. I'm not doing a cut crease because those of you who have been around here know with my lids, cut creases don't last anyhow. So Why make all that effort? I mean, sometimes I do a pseudo cut crease, but I never go super much. Everyone makes it seems like it's bad to try She Glam, but I'm still going to buy some and see how it works. Hey, you know what? Go ahead. I get a lot of stuff. I've gotten a lot of stuff from Shein. I don't like the national politics of China. We talked about that last time. Use a sponge tip. Yeah, well, it doesn't quite work the same as fingers. I do have some sponge tips here. Let me see if I can find that one. But they don't do quite the same. Let's give them something to talk about. A little mystery to figure out. Hey, my 80s roots are coming through. Here's a little. This is actually. Oh, this is from AOA Studio. I thought it was from She Glam. I forgot my cheap providers of cheapness. My providers of cheapness. I didn't have to say cheap twice in that sentence. It was not necessary. All right, so I'm going to use this. Well, I guess I could use them. Put the mirror on correctly. It's just I'm often too lazy to pick this up, which is why I don't usually get this out. It definitely does help, though. You were right, Linda. You were right. Just tell me to stop complaining and do it, okay? All right, so that's kind of cute. Now I feel like I want to kind of continue brown a little bit underneath, but not too heavily. So I'm going to use actually the same brush that I use the corner stuff, and I'm going to wipe that off really nice and good. The rubbery ones are good and work very well with shimmers. Yeah, I need to get some rubbery ones because I don't really have them. I'm going to go into, I don't have any. Oh my goodness, is that going to ruin it? Probably. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to go into we're recycling brushes. Plus, they are affordable, which is a plus because I can't break the bank on a regular $30 to $40, $35. I can't read. I'm sorry. Because I'm so cheap. You know what? I totally agree with you, and that's why I get cheap stuff. Try the Beauty Bay stuff. The stuff is really stinking good. It's $20. And then I did just get the J-Cat Beauty. Try them out. Those were $15 each. I really like Profusion 5-pan palettes. Those are quite good. When they're good, they're good. When they're not good, they're horrid. Kind of like the little girl who had the curl right in the middle of her forehead. Anybody else know that poem? My dad used to tell me that. I'm going to bring it in a little way. And then if I feel like I've closed off my eye, I'll just, no, I don't feel like I've closed off my eye. I was going to say I could just bring the mint over the top of it, but I don't think I've closed off my eye. I think I've done quite nicely with this. So yeah, this green is definitely on the dirty green sort of look because it's green. I mean, there's not really a brown. Nikki said that She Glam is good. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I have tried them. But I think the one I tried is a little bit older than the current ones. So I'm sure the formula is somewhat dated. I'm just adding a little bit more of the mint on the bottom because I just want it to glow a little bit. But other than that, I think we have a look, guys. Now, what do I put in the waterline? Well, I'm glad you asked. I wasn't planning on doing this look, so. But darn it, since I have this, we're going to use this shadow stick from e.l.f. in the color Mint. We're going to put that in the waterline. This is pretty good. If you have need of the colors they have, check out the e.l.f. shadow sticks. Of course, now I'm putting it on my lashes because this is not an eyeliner. This is a shadow stick. And I'm using it for the wrong thing. But it does go nicely in the waterline. You can't tell really well because my lighting and whatnot is not that great. But it's in there. It's in the waterline. Now I'm going to smudge it out a little bit underneath because I'm just mixing those two brownish colors together, the the one that's more green brown and the one that's more reddish brown, just so that I can kind of keep that chocolate feeling going. You got the chocolate feeling. I'm totally making that one up. The Shockwave liners from LA Colors are amazing. They are very good. I have quite a few of them. The Makeup Periodical joined. Hi, and Dina Selferi joined. Hi, welcome to our party. So I'm liking the minty green. I think that's a good look over here. What do you guys think? Do I need to change anything? Is it good for you? Does it make you happy in your soul? I'm going to add a little bit of a light shimmer above because I just want to kind of intensify that shimmer. It's not enough shimmer for me, guys. And I'm going to use one of my several shimmers that are in here. May as well just use the BH shimmer palette because, why not? With all those shimmers, why not? I'm going to use the same brush, clean it off, and go into Frosted AF. Let's see what Frosted AF does over the top of that mint and above it. So I'll basically kind of put it on. I don't even know what side of this I put it on. There, that one. I'll put it on a little bit above where the mint color is and then drag it into the mint. That's cute. It's a very intense shimmer. There we go. Bam! If that doesn't blind you, I don't know what will. All right, that's cute. They stay a long time in the water. LA Colors. LA Colors or LA Girl? Wait. LA Colors? Shockwave from LA Colors? I have to see if that's what I have a bunch of LA Girl. I don't have any from LA Colors. LA Colors is the one that here gets sold in the dollar store. And I know I've seen them, but I haven't picked them up because I thought they'd all be cheap. But if you're saying they're not, then I might investigate. Pendex93 is with us. Hi, Pendex93. How are you doing? I think I'm going to do a similar look later today using the BH Sweet Shop Pistachio. Oh, we can be twins. Only I will have washed this off my face by then, but that's okay. I'll take pictures of it eventually and we can be twinning. But I like how it's like green on the outside and then green on the inside. I think that just kind of completes the look. What do you think? Cute, cute? I'll put mascara on in a minute. Let's switch to the other side. Now, the other side, I think I want to do like a complete burst. A burst. I know I want to use that one in the middle, even though that's kind of the same color as the other side. Ooh. I think I'm going to use that in the middle. I think I'm going to do a halo eye. Halo, 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 halo. Okay, I'm singing more tonight than I normally do, but I guess it's just, this happens when I'm tired, and then I just get a little bit goofy. Don't judge. Judge not. Or do judge. Whatever. It's all good. It's funny when people say, don't judge, because we literally all judge, and we're literally supposed to judge. Otherwise, the reason that people get into really bad relationships is because they don't judge enough. Just saying. But me, I'm the contrarian. I'm going to go into Fancy, which is the pinkest pink, and just kind of lay out the top of this. Because again, I feel like I am getting no light on my face whatsoever. Holy cow, that is Barbie pink. You can't see it where you are, I don't think. But it is very, like, Pepto-Bismol. I once saw a house painted this color. I wondered why anybody would paint their house Pepto-Bismol pink. It was near a house I lived at when I lived in the hood. I still live in the hood, but I just live in a slightly less dangerous part of the hood. I joined the Dusa Pollux week. Another woman here on IG started a challenge and my eyes hurt because, oops, everybody's on Kirby. Hi, Kirby. How's Kirby? What you doing, Kirby? Kirby's my niece, so I can talk weird at her. Another woman here on IG started a challenge and my eyes hurt because I'm not used to wearing makeup all week. Oh, I wear makeup all the time. Kirby, what's up? When are we going to do makeup, Kirby? I need to give you a makeover. Guess I'm tired all the time then because I'm always goofy. Yeah, well, yeah. I only do makeup here and there. It's the one thing I started to do during COVID, and I was just like, you know what? This is how I feel like a human being, is to get up and put my makeup on. And then what do? I sit in the house all day and I don't see a soul, but I got my makeup on. Yeah, it was just kind of a self-preservation sort of thing that I learned to do. Man, which one of these light purples do I want to do? Because they're really pretty. I think I'm going to go into Catch. Oh, wait, no. You know what? I'm going to do Periwinkle, because Periwinkle is more on the blue side, and then I'm going to go more purple, and then I'm going to go blue again. Because I did pink up. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so cute. Kirby's not saying anything. Kirby, you're not talking to me. I'm really insulted. Maybe she left. I love it, but I go all out, so it feels like a lot. I do more on Wednesday nights when I do this with y'all than I do it like, the rest of the time. Oh, look at that periwinkle. That's so cute. These pastels in here are really fire. So, one thing that I find with that I always do, let me know if you do this, with halo eyes, I always go back too far because I want to put the same distance here as here, and that's not where my eye is centered. So then I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, me too. Or do my nails. Yeah, my nails, like all I get is like a coat of paint, and then the next day it's chipping off, and then I get discouraged, and then I just don't want to do anything with them. But yeah, I do like to do my nails. It's just that they chip so quickly because they're so thin and feeble. I'm gonna kind of just lightly pull this across. What you doing down there, kitty cat? He's under my feet, playing in a plastic bag. Oh no, she's trying to get her food out. Hold on a second. Let me get the kitty some food, so she doesn't starve to death. She thinks she's dying if her bowl is empty. Right now we have her free feeding, because I don't usually have a problem with cats free feeding. But I know that bougie people who like go to the vet every couple months, like, oh my goodness, you can't do that. That's so bad for your cat. Like, cats free feed all the time. Now I know that they also use more energy out in the wild, but my cat is pretty active. So acrylic and polygel. See, I don't do acrylic and or polygel, and I don't because I think I'm gonna go to lollipop. Lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lolly. Anybody know that song? Oh lolly, lolly, lollipop. Lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly. I don't know if that's how it goes, but that's how it goes in my mind anyhow. What were we talking about? Nails. Yeah, the problem with doing acrylics, first, you have to do it all the time. I mean, you have to keep them done. Otherwise, your nails like crap in between. And I'm just not that dedicated. I have commitment issues. And then like now I'm waiting for my nails to recover from having them done with gels. And then now I'm kind of having some regret, buyer's remorse, sort of thing. So I don't know. Plus, I've been focusing all my time on eyeshadow, so I just do eyeshadow. Eyeshadow. So this is basically, I'm layering a warm purple against a cool purple against a warm purple, or basically a warm pink. It's so cute. I don't know if you can see the warm pink though. That's up the top. But it's so cute. It's still so cute. Whether or not you can see it does not affect it being cute or not. I could use slightly smaller brushes for this though. I don't have that much lid space. So, and then from here, I'm going to go into blues. And it's going to be beautiful or bluetiful. See what I did there? Bluetiful. Beautiful eyelids. I'm going to go back into the periwinkle and kind of intensify that and dust this other one out a little bit. By dust it out, see, that's a word I kind of made up. Basically, that just means blend it. Because I like having this like electric purple sort of thing. And that's how you get electric purple, is by mixing warm purples with cool purples. Just so you know. But you can also do a layover. Then you can grow out your natural. Yeah, I know. I know. But then I'd have to like buy more stuff. And then my husband would be like, why do you have more stuff? And then I'd be like, well, because Linda told me. And then he would go to Europe just to reprimand you for telling his wife to buy more stuff. It would be a whole thing. But then we'd get to go to Europe, assuming he brought me with him. He'd have to, because I don't think my husband can navigate an airport by himself. That's what happens when you are stuck on an island your whole entire life, and then suddenly you find a weird person from another country in another whole nother world in a whole nother society, and you're like, hey, you want to marry me? And she's like, why not? Don't have anything else to do. That's kind of how it happened. A little bit. I'm really digging this though. I'm thinking this is super cute. Now I'm hoping I don't break it when I put the dark blue on. But darn it, we're gonna try. So which one do I want to get into? So I have a warm purple. So I might do a cool purple, a cool leaning purple, or I could even go more warm with this reddish purple. I'd use a smaller brush. I don't want this one. I'm going to use one of these little elf brushes. These are pretty good for doing some detail. I'm going to go into velvet, which is like this wine, burgundy wine, whatever that is. And I'm going to start with the depth on this one. So I'm making it even more warm. And then we'll go into the blue, which is cool. That's so cool. So I'm trying to make sure that the space open right above my eye is where the part of the, use your words, Priscilla, use your words, the halo part, the highlight, that's where that goes. So I need to bring this in quite a bit on the outside. I do this all the time and end up in the wrong position. That's okay, we can fix it. I think so anyhow. So I'm using, and then you see when I open my eyelid, this part and this part don't align, so I kind of have to just play with that. I'm getting a periwinkle lavender wig in July. Ooh, how cute. You have to show me. How cute. I love periwinkle. I love purple. I love periwinkle. It's all gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to go into... I've got Cursed, Twilight, and Midnight, and Denim. Which one of those do I want to use? Which one do I want to use? I think I'm going to go into Denim because it's the lightest of the dark blues. It's more like a bright royal. And I'm going to start tapping that. So basically, oh my goodness, they layer so well. Tapping that right over that reddish purple that I just did. And we're really going to kind of try to pull out the depth. I'm just putting a tiny bit in the corner here because I don't want to make this go to the inner corner. I don't want that to go too far out. I don't need to use all these colors, but I'm just using them because I'm trying to use this palette. So, yeah. I'm going to go back into Velvet, which is that reddish, winey purple. Stop being so whiny. All right, then I'm going to do the shimmers. And then I'm going to put the deepest color in because that's how I roll. That's how I roll. I can't even type no more. I know that's how, you know what? It happens. You're tired, girl. Okay, so we're going to do kind of the opposite on the halo. I'm going to put like a pretty blue one here, which is, I think, should it be like a, no, I think I'm going to do Galaxy. This is going to go on the furthest out on the shimmers. So this is basically going to go right on top of those mattes, the deepest of the mattes, and kind of pull it in. This is probably the most perfect shaped halo I've ever done. And by probably, I mean this is almost certainly the most perfect halo shape I've done. This is really pretty color. Yeah, you don't have to do all this fancy schmancy layering and all these colors. You can literally do 2 colors or 3 colors and have a really nice looking halo. Halo, halo. You know, every time I say that, I'm going to want to sing that just because I can. All right, let's go into, so that was a blue. I'm going to go into like a brighter purple. So I'm going to use electric. It's electric. Sometimes I know like certain parts of songs, but I don't actually know it. And then I'm like, wait, is that a song or is that just something I made up in my mind? And then I'm just like, oh, well, you know, whatever. If I just made it up, at least it won't get copyright stricken. So we're going in with this electric one, which is kind of has 2 reflex on it. Now this middle part, I didn't put any color down, and I'm never quite sure if I need to do that or not. I'm trying to keep it a little bit more precise. I can tap over it with a finger, which I might end up doing. And this is also a dry brush at this point because it's been a minute. Because I talk too much. But then right in the middle, I'm trying to ensure that right in the middle gets my highlight color, which is going to be Shield, which is more of a green. And I'm doing that on purpose because I want it to contrast against all the others. Are you going to pick up on this brush, Mr. Green? Oh, Mr. Shield. That's your name, Mr. Shield. So I have to look at my eye, see where the center is. The center right there. Put it here, and then I'm going to kind of go out at an angle. But not too much because when my lid opens, it's going to blur everything anyhow. But I basically want to make sure this is right over the top. Rainbow, did you just fart? Rainbow just farted. That's embarrassing. Mommy's so embarrassed of you, Rainbow. Your flatulence is making its appearance on my show. It's not nice. Something your daddy would do if he was here. What, Kitty? Oh, you don't like rainbow farts either? Oh my goodness, look at that blue. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna go back into electric. I'm using fingers, by the way, FYI. And I'm gonna just try to tap right on the edge. The hard thing about fingers is you can't see where you're going. What are you doing? Are you puking? I feel like Kitty got sick. I'm gonna have to investigate what's going on there because it sounded like a suspicious sound. So I'm putting the darker of the blues on the outside of that. That's pretty. That's pretty. Coffee and Red Bull, mix them together. Man, that stuff's bad for you. I do drink my coffee. I stay away from Red Bull. Red Bull is so bad for you. So bad for you. Lady, don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself, Linda. All right, Hex. We're going into Hex. Black. And we're going to really kind of try to intensify this right. Very, very focused and centered because I just want to add some real depth. And then here, right on the outside, I'm not going out very far at all. I just want it in the most concentrated little section there. There we go. Now for the bottom, I just did all that. Now we're gonna do the bottom too. I'm just gonna do it quick, basically. I'm gonna do, I think, let's use Iris, which I have not used yet. That is just kind of a medium purple. Putting that kind of halfway across, or not halfway across, like the first third, the inner third, the outer third, and then just kind of pulling it into that outer V sort of thing. And then we're just going to put, I think, 2 of the shimmers down here. I'm going to use the same, actually I'll use the sponge tip that Linda told me to use because I'm a good student. I learn. And I'm going to use this across the bottom. I wish I wasn't half blind. That would help my application process too. And then I'm going to tap into Shield, which is that teal, blue, green, minty sort of color. And I'm basically just putting that below where the sparkle is on top. There we go. That's it. Now, in the inner corner, for something different, do I want to do something different? Or do I want to use that same one? Let's go back with Shield, which is that minty green color. Put this in the inner corner. And then I'm just going to kind of pull it up a little bit so that it looks like it's kind of blended. There you go. There's the thing. Don't drink it often, only when I have a night like this. Yeah, and the problem is then that keeps you, it keeps you so you have more insomnia. That's the problem with it. All right, let's put some liner on and see how this goes. We'll just do a wing on each side. Maybe. I don't know. Do you usually do a wing on a halo line? I feel like that's a little weird, but darken it up, Priscilla. Darken it up. There's probably a lot of people that popped in. Well, I left real quick to put up my post before it got too late. Oh, okay, no problem. Hey, that's okay. People pop in and out. I do that too when I watch other people's. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I gotta do something, and then I can pop back into it. And I see people come and go. It's all good. I need this at a point. I'm not getting my point. Whatever. All right, it's kind of okay. Let me do a little bit on the top. I just touch it up there just so it gets a little bit. Love the purple. Yeah, I like both of these. You know I love purple, so I'm gonna say I love the purple no matter what. I'm gonna put a little bit of black just along the top. I'm not gonna do a wing on this side, but I just want to like intensify. I like how a really black line looks with intense color. And then what are we gonna do on the waterline? That's a good question. I'm gonna put that in a little basket. I think it's pretty decent liner. So here's my pile. Oh, this is the one I thought you were talking about, Linda. This is the LA Girl Shockwave. This one here. This is the metallic. I think it's this one, right? Not LA Colors, but LA Girl. I don't know. I could be crazy too. These are really good. Yeah, you said Shockwave, so it's got to be these ones. Unless LA Colors also have the same name. Then you're like, who ripped off who? I should have actually put like a bright blue in the waterline just to kind of emphasize, but that's cute too. Fluffy Smiles. Hi, Fluffy Smiles. How's it going? Ever did a pink and, oops, sorry, I missed that one. Ever did a pink and yellow look? It's fun too, or green and orange. I've done green and orange. And yeah. So, fun times. Way late at work. Hey, that's okay. You know, as long as you show up, we're happy. Even if you don't show up, just, watch when you're able to and say hey. Say hey. Hey, girl, hey. Okay, I'm liking it. I've got 2 of these guys. I'm just going to throw one on one side and one on the other side, and we'll just take a gander and see if you like one better than the other. This is a bad way to like test them when I have 2 different looks because it totally messes with how they look. But we're going to put the volume. This is the Shop Massé volume on one side. It's definitely getting a little stickier. The first time I used it, I was like, it doesn't even want to stick to the lashes on the first try. But that happens a lot with brand new tubes of mascara. You can't really tell what the mascara is going to give on the first application. It's still pretty anemic on the first try. So we put it on the bottom lashes. I'm probably gonna have to put a second coat on the bottom, which I usually don't do. But I'm just trying to get it built up a little bit. Hey, what you doing? Hey, 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 stop it. Come on, at the top of the, hey. Should put Klein at things. Hass 333 SS is with us. Hi, Hass 333 SS. How are you? I don't have shiny ones, but the neon ones. Yeah, their neon ones are really good. Yep, LA Girl is really fantabulous. So this is Totally Tubular from Half Caked. And we're putting this on this side. And this is a tubing mascara. I have used this a few times before. It definitely is a tubing mascara, which makes it easy. You just put a little bit of warm water on and then just pull it off the lashes. But I always feel like I'm going to pull my lashes out when I do that. So I'm still careful. I still use oil. And then it comes off in chunks. So, you know, whatever. It's all good. Yeah, the purple's cute. I like this minty one, though. The mint chocolate chippy one, though. Bye Bye Panda Eye from Essence. Very good mascara. I need to use that. I keep looking at it, and I hear people say it's good. And then I hear other people say it, and then I have just not done it. So, I mean, it's super cheap. It's like, what, $3 or $4? So, I mean, it's not as cheap as this one. This one's $1. But it's still pretty good. This one's building up pretty okay on the right eye now. What you guys see is left. So, back to Totally Tubular, which is, the Totally Tubular is about twice as full as the side, but this side does seem like it has more length. The AOA Studio has more length to me. But that's also 2 coats. Let's see what Totally Tubular does with the second coat. Okay, what you doing under there? Cleaning the plastic sacks. I got this little pile of plastic sacks I used to clean out her box, and she's like, oh, I'll just play in those. One time I didn't clean out her box in time, so she just took the bags and put them in the box like she was trying to clean it herself. She's a very smart cat. It's also a tube mascara. Yeah, Bye Bye Panda Eyes is a tube mascara. I had heard that, so that's one of the reasons I was curious about it. All right, this is the third coat, guys. That's usually what I like to do when I'm testing them. Sometimes I don't in real life, depending on how they wear. But this one definitely gives length. Let me look up. This side I'm definitely getting length from. I don't know if you see that, but I see it on this side. But not much more length than the other side. And the other side is giving more volume. Slay Shamsa is with us. Hi, Slay Shamsa. I don't know if I said your name correctly, but welcome anyhow. We're finishing up a couple looks with the new Beauty Bay palettes. And they're fun. So we've got the green palette over here and the purple palette. And never mind the fact that I've got little specks of mascara under my eyes. I am aware of that. I will flick those off momentarily after they dry. So those are the mascaras. I think they're both decent. This one is a lot more flitty and a little bit longer. This one is a lot more full. So you're going to get a lot more coatage of different hairs in there. Oops. Yeah. I always use more than one mascara. A lot of people do. Slay Shamsa, what's your mascara tricks? Do you have mascara tricks that you would like to share with us? We would love to hear them. Whoops. Hold on. Hey, stop. I was trying to turn that off and I turned it on. Oh, you already you read that. I was like, oh, what'd she say? Oh, it was the thing I just read. I get excited when people talk to me when I do this. Otherwise, I just sit here and talk to myself and my pets, which is basically my life. But so this is the AOA Studio brow, and it's perfect color for me. I don't do much at all as far as like plucking. I used to have like perfectly coiffed eyebrows. Can you coif your eyebrows? I don't know. But that was back in the day when that was a fashion. That's basically all I'm going to do for coloring them in. That just gives it a little bit extra depth. I mean, my brows are pretty good because I use oils. Everybody's like, what do you do with your oils? What kind of oils? Where do you buy them from? Literally from anywhere. Walmart, the grocery store, Amazon, any home, like Whole Foods sort of place, any like all natural sort of place, whatever. I got a bunch of them from Haiti, from the actual oil companies. My left brow was a lot more thick than my right brow because I got excited talking about oils. Let me put my mirror down a little bit so you guys can actually see what I'm doing instead of me just going about my business. Those are some pretty extreme brows right now. Using some loose powder on a spoolie before you apply mascara makes them look fuller. Yeah, and I also have a primer. I don't know that the primer is all that great. It just kind of, you know, I feel like I don't feel like it's really does a lot more than another coat of mascara, really. I don't know. And I have pretty thick, long lashes anyhow, so I don't worry too much about. I mean, there's quite a bit of lash there, so I don't worry too much about like making them bigger, longer, whatever. I mean, if what I put on there. Sorry, I keep having hiccuping. Is that gross? I don't know. Is that a gross thing? I don't know if it's gross or not. I just do it. I'm so uncivilized. It's the way it is. All right, I'm gonna take this setting spray. I know I just interrupted myself because I do that. I don't really care too much about making my eyelashes look that much fuller. I mean, I like good mascara that does it, but I'm not gonna put a ton of effort into, doing other tricks and stuff because my lashes are pretty decent anyhow because of oils. Yeah, that's why Nana comes on here. I don't think she's on here now, but she was on here earlier, and she does these such beautiful looks and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, if I had discipline, I would do that. I don't. It's kind of like why I don't do all that stuff with my nails. I'm just lazy, guys. I'm lazy. That's really what it comes down to. I'm too lazy to do all that. I'm just gonna stick my brows up like this. I mean, eventually I might get into that. I never thought I would sit down every day and put makeup on because I used to say, oh, I'm too lazy for that. And now I do it like every single day. My husband's like, for a while, he was like, you're doing makeup good. I was like, yeah, just get used to it, dude. I'm doing makeup every day. And now he's just like, okay, baby, you're beautiful. I'm like, okay, thanks, love. And we go on our world, with our world. Better the stuck-up polished people. Hi, Joyce Gomez. How's Joyce Gomez? What eye do you like better? We got purple. We got minty chocolate chip. I think they're both cute. I like them both. I would have used this, but I didn't. So this is the little liquid. Yeah, you know what it is. I can't speak apparently today. We're putting all this stuff in the new basket. All right. It always looks like when it's spread out that there's not that much stuff, but then I put it in the basket and it's all full. I don't put makeup every day. I do. Yeah. Let me turn around and grab a random lipstick just because I can. I don't want to do that one. Okay, I guess it's not that random. Oh, and actually that one I used the other day. What I'm trying to do is take them from one side and put them in the other so that I can make sure I'm getting through my lipstick stash. I'm going to actually use this one. That doesn't match either side. That's okay. Both are very pretty looks. Thank you. I think they turned out nicely. This is, definitely not this is way more my coloring, and you see like it just makes my eye like pop. This side is cute, but it's, not as bam. This is AOA, which is why I'm putting it on, by the way. I'll tell you what it is in a second when I can talk. What are you doing over there? Apparently, she's got an itch, and she's scratching the itch, and she's sitting up against the window blinds. Happens. She sounds like she's so this is a cute lippy. I know it's not the right color. That's okay. But this AOA Studio Velvet Lips. See if I can make that zoom in. Can you see it? Yeah, I think you can. So that's Velvet Lips. And this is in the color. Which color are ya? Aria. Arya. It's really cute. I've got a couple of different shades of this. I like it quite a bit. It's not drying, but it's on the matte side. It's really cute. Now for these looks. Well, it might work for, oh, actually it might work for either one if you really decided. Green side is giving foxy vibes. I'm very foxy on the green side. Half of me is very foxy. Only half. I'm half foxy. Okay, Priscilla, just calm yourself, Priscilla. Just calm. All right, gotta put my eye primer over in the new basket. That's it, guys. We have officially made it to the end. Let's put my glasses on. This is one of the things when, people do their eye looks too. I do my eye looks with glasses in mind because there's a lot of things I can't necessarily do because, I mean, I can do, but they're going to look weird or you're not going to see it because of my glasses. Because now, see, I put my glasses on. Can't you really see the looks? They're just they disappear. Whatever. It happens. Whatever. All right, guys. I was so glad to have you here. We have been here for a minute, and you guys have been faithful and charming and wonderful and great accompanists in this world of makeup. Now I got to figure out what the animals got into and make sure they're fed and take my melatonin and get ready to sleep. And take the stuff off my face, but I'm going to enjoy it for a while and take some pictures maybe. So until next time, that's going to be Sunday at around, who knows, sometimes in the afternoon, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And we'll talk about, let's give them something to talk about. Otherwise, I could sing, let's talk about, baby, let's talk about you and me. Nice to meet you. Great looks. Take care of the kitty. I will take care of the kitty and the puppy, and they take care of me too. And the hubby. He's not here right now. All righty. See you Sunday afternoon sometime. And I will have this posted, I think, if Instagram cooperates. And I will also take pictures and post the looks. I should probably not put my glasses on so that it doesn't make really red marks. It's already a little red here. So, all right. Good night. Get some sleep, Linda. You need it.